Hey everyone, I wanted to give a bit of a recap for Ride for Riaan. It's a few days after now, and I've been in Whistler since the ride, just enjoying the sights and having some relaxation. I'm actually on the gondola headed back down Blackcomb Mountain. I went up there this afternoon just to do some sightseeing and check out the mountain. So first of all, I want to thank everybody who donated. We were able to raise over $6,200 as of the last time I checked today. So we received one donation today, a few days after the ride. It's actually quite amazing that we raised this much. I wasn't expecting to raise more than $5,000 when we started fundraising back in August. So that we passed $6,000 is really humbling, and so I have a lot of gratitude for everybody who supported the ride before, during, and after. With that $6,200, we were able to also raise a little bit of awareness. I had a few great conversations during the ride for people who were asking about Cockayne Syndrome and what the Riaan Research Initiative was about. So it was good to have the jersey and have people ask about the ride and have those conversations, because that's part of the intention here, is to help raise some awareness for a rare disease that most people won't know about, going over little bumps on the gondola. So the ride itself went well for me. I was pretty prepared, and I was able to complete the entire ride within the 6 hours, or about the 6 hours of what I expected. So I paced myself to finish within 6 hours of moving time, not including breaks, and I finished at 6 hours and 7 minutes. So I'm pretty content with that. The ride itself had a few logistical issues, and that's a whole other topic that I won't get into, but all's well that ends well. So I was able to complete the ride. This ride was the most climbing I'd ever done in one ride. My bike computer registered it at over 6,000 feet of climbing. The organizers had said it was 7,500. Devices will vary, but either way, it was the most I'd ever done in one day. Really the toughest part for me was that last 20 miles of the 75, where my legs were really feeling the fatigue. I was fighting some cramping during the last 20 miles there, and able to manage that until the finish line. So that was good. So finished the ride, set a record for the climb, set a record for how much I raised in one charity ride with over $6,000. This is now the second year that we've done this ride. The first year was last year around this time. I'd gone up to Moab, Utah, and done a ride called the Moab Century Tour. That was a 2-day ride. The first day was 100 miles and the second day was 67, and combined a lot of climbing. That was also a challenging ride. But we were able to raise about $5,000 for that ride as well. So combined year one and year two, we raised about $11,000. This ride obviously was just one day and a shorter distance on the first day. But the climbing was a lot more, so it was a different challenge. But really happy that we've been able to raise some awareness and raise some funds. So, but I would encourage you, if you have been meaning to donate, to please donate. Go to riaanresearch.org and click on the donate button there and support the cause. They really need lots of funds to finish this research and develop these therapies, and there isn't a lot of time. We really are only talking about a few years. So if you have been meaning to support, please do, and do spread the word. I also do want to talk a little bit about riding for charity and some tips or advice for anybody who's interested in doing it. Cycling events are full of people who are riding for different causes, particularly for diseases. So it's a common way to raise funds and to get your community and people you know and your network to rally behind you and support your cause isn't unheard of. Particularly for the Riaan Research Initiative, working with Jo from the organization has been really easy, and she's very supportive, and we collaborated very well. So if you are interested in supporting this cause, I definitely would be happy to answer any questions. Riding for charity, it's obviously something that I do a lot, and it's my big motivator for when I do these long rides. It is the way that adds meaning to the challenges that I'm taking on. there is a lot of hesitation to fundraise and ask people for money. I think there are people though that are looking for ways to help and looking for ways to donate, and for whatever reason they want to do it. You'd be surprised at how many people will donate to your cause, and obviously you're not getting the money, it's going to the cause, so all of your work is really selfless in that sense. So I wouldn't hesitate to do it, and just put it out there, ask people, and you'll get some donations inevitably, and the partners that you pick, the charity that you ride for, they'll always help you. So, and lastly, thanks once again for supporting this ride. You really made it a success this year. Really meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to the Riaan Research Initiative. And let's hope that the support continues and the community building continues, and at some point we no longer need to raise funds to find a treatment for Cockayne syndrome. So until next time, thanks.